Culture is the secret sauce. Culture and leadership bring programs a long way.
Welcome in, everyone. TexAgs Rewind here. I'm outside of the Rollo Insurance Studio because, look, everyone's gone except Eric Casares over at the Angry Elephant News and Social Center. He's hanging out in the Rollo Insurance Studio. Eric, David had to leave, so we'll handle the rewind. What was your favorite part of the show?
Yeah, favorite part of the show was definitely the last segment with Luke Hillin and Jace Carter. Liked seeing them come in, see what they had to say, and it was pretty cool. Jace shook my hand, so that was pretty dope, and yeah, it was a fun show.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. Really cool to hear him talk about helping the kids and hanging out at the Buzz Williams basketball camp, so check that out. We also had Trisha Ford on the show talking about the NCAA Regional over at Davis Diamond. That kicks off this Friday. Billy was on the show. He's talking college football, Aggie baseball, you name it. And we had David and OB breaking down quotes from Mike Elko from the Fort Worth Coaches Night. So all that's on the rewind. Check it out.
Let's go back to the one I just read a moment ago from last night. Richard Zane's covering it for us. Thank you, Richard. Culture is the secret sauce. Culture and leadership bring programs a long way. If the culture would have been, there's more to it right there. If we can build a tremendous culture with tremendous leadership, with tremendous direction, that can go a long way. I think that's the secret sauce that we're going to bring Texas A&M. If they had the right culture in place in the previous regime, the previous regime would still be here.
Yes, they would.
There were some other issues, no doubt, offensive inadequacies or inability to move the ball at times. But
at times, I'm of the mind that had the previous coach let the previous offensive coordinator call his offense, the previous offensive coordinator's offense, not the previous coach's offense.
That the guy was calling.
That the previous regime would be the current regime.
Look, there are, but it became apparent when you, where was this? I was listening to somebody.
Right. You're right. The culture, I think A&M had a broken culture that extended from the coaching staff down to not all players, but a lot of the players, and that there was too many people not pulling in the same direction. And because of that, they did not maximize their talent and opportunity.
So Matt Moscona, who I like a lot, went on with Jake Crane. I told you I listened to him this weekend. And one of the things he talked about, it's going to be a study, the A&M 22 class, of all the money spent, which I still disagree with. I mean, because we have the facts and others don't, but whatever. But the one thing that I will say is when you bring in that magnitude of talent, they better all be on the same page, or they better take their cues from the guys in front of them. And there better be some leadership in place and accountability in place. And again, part of that is, of course, we're going to blame Jimbo. Part of it was a shift in college athletics that happened at the same time as that is happening.
We're hosting postseason softball at Davis Diamond. So at the end of the day, we have to win. And so our brand, we're in year 2 here. We got to continue to grow this brand and win more softball games, but we're hosting and we have a tough regional ahead of us. So I'm excited.
Can you explain, because I don't really know how they go about seeding, and it's from what you know.
Yeah, I think that's where the biggest frustration lies, is just they use different metrics every year and they weigh them differently. And so I think as a coach, because we're scheduling, our schedule for next year is pretty much already done. And so if we knew scheduling going in, okay, we're going to take non-conference strength of schedule, that's going to be our number one parameter. Top 25 wins, which was the strongest parameter last year, it wasn't this year. And so for me, it's just keeping that consistent and just being very transparent. Hey, these are the 4 factors that are going to weigh heavy on us. These are kind of the order that we're going to look at them. We were told KPI was going to be a big thing this year. It wasn't a thing at all. And so, that's what you're just really looking for, is that transparency of and consistency.
It sounds very similar to what I've heard on the basketball side a couple of times. That's just... And then you evolve, right? Because you see what they went for last year, and then you kind of hope that it mirrors the next year, and then it changes.
Yes, and that's, our top 25 wins was really good. We did a great job in that kind of quadrant. And then 1 through 50 quadrant, we did even better. And so I felt really good about kind of where we were. Obviously, the committee felt differently, but at the end of the day, they felt differently, but still gave us a top 16 seed. So, I just told the girls, like, hey, let's go out, let's play softball. We got a tough regional ahead of us. Let's focus our energy there, and then we'll just keep getting better every year and kind of force their hand.
All 13 teams made the tournament, and then you consider the teams coming next year. They're obviously highly ranked as well. What a great year for the SEC.
Yeah, it is the best conference. It's not only the best conference from a talent standpoint, but also preparing you for postseason. So I think they do a tremendous job. If any of y'all watched the conference tournament, they did a tremendous job of hosting that. You have all of the ESPN talent. Amanda Scarborough was there. Tori Vidalis was there.
Look, you're playing a great team. If you got swept at home and went 0-2 in Hoover, then you're probably not going to be. I don't think that's going to happen. I think this series is going to go 2-1 either way. I could just as easily see A&M winning it. Arkansas has a huge edge with Hagen Smith, but look at Ryan Prager's numbers. I mean, Hagen Smith is obviously the strikeout guy. He's this year's Paul Skeens.
Yep.
I don't think he has quite that stuff, but he is this year's Paul Skeens in college baseball. But look at Prager's numbers, man. He's at almost 100-10 strikeouts walks. He's damn near 10-1 on that, about 9-1. And look at his record, his ERA. So you can win that first game, and you can win it 4-2. You could win it. Who knows what can happen. But they've got a huge edge in every 3-game series with that guy on the bump. I'm glad the Aggies have a guy in Prager that can sit there and give you a real chance to upset them and to win it. That there aren't very few pitchers and lineups that can be a threat to that guy. And this team checks both those boxes. So you have a chance to win every game. I think the Aggies will end up winning this home series 2-1. But if they lost it 2-1, do you have to get a win in Hoover to keep a top 8 seed? I don't think so. I think getting 18 wins. They're at 17 right now, right? Or are they at 16?
I think 17.
Yeah, 17 and 10. Yeah. If they can get 18 wins in this conference, along with an undefeated non-conference, some of the series wins they had, the RPI where it's at, and even where it'll be at when you play Arkansas, even going 1-2, I think they'll finish probably in the top 2, no worse than top 3 RPI. Hell, maybe 1, who knows? But
have you or the staff talked to Jace about A&M Texas that will happen next year?
So it's funny, Coach Williams. I think it was Coach Williams' first year. We played Texas up in Fort Worth, and it was the same situation then. Everybody on the roster had not had the opportunity to play Texas, and so I got up in front of the team and, like you're saying, I got up and kind of fired them up a little bit about the rivalry and what it means to play Texas and how exciting it is for I grew up in Houston and, just going to school, hey, are you an Aggie or a Longhorn, stuff like that. And so we're excited for the opportunity to play them twice and get a win in Austin and a win in College Station. But yeah, we'll definitely we'll get more in depth on it when we get closer to it, but it's something that will be brought up, and it means a lot to Coach. It's a big deal to all of us. So
I see it in your face. It's a big deal to you already, right?
Yeah, we ready to play. I'm ready to play yesterday.
Right.
We're just excited. It's 2 great teams that are added to our conference, and to have them in Texas, it's a big deal. My natural thing is I just go like this, and every time somebody be like, "What are you doing?"
No, you can't do that.
So I'm learning about it. I've learned about it over the past year, and I'm excited to get over there and have them come down here so we can play them.
Let's talk about your growth this year, Jace, because I saw it, and really I think the Nebraska game might be like a kind of a microcosm of your time at A&M so far, where like it took a minute, and then you just found this hot streak there. Is that how it's kind of felt?
Yeah, it was just, I took last year as a learning period for me. I'm coming from a mid-major school in Chicago, and most people I played in front of was maybe 300, 400 people. So just learning, being around Coach Buzz and the players, they were all, 2 years being with Buzz and having that experience. I was just trying to learn, and sometimes I'm out there just happy, just playing, and you start worrying about, I probably shouldn't have took that shot, or I probably should have did this a little bit better. So just learning. I definitely feel like the Nebraska game was good for me, just because I feel like I struggled a little bit the games before. But I'm excited for the future, and I feel like we have a really good opportunity and a really good team coming into next year.
All right, Eric, you know the drill. What do they have to do?
Like, subscribe, comment, share with a friend, rate it.
Sweet.
That's all.
See y'all tomorrow.